This just in, you have every rational and irrational belief system in the world to panic about this game on Saturday. We're going to tell you why next. Locked on Bulldogs.
You are Locked on Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Locked on Bulldogs podcast. He is Clint. I am Daniel. Today's episode brought to you by the fine folks over at FanDuel.com. Make every moment more with FanDuel. Locked on Bulldogs, part of the Locked on Podcast Network, your team every day. Excited to have you here with us. If you're an everydayer, gosh, you're just the best. And we do love you quite a bit. You're what makes this podcast go. And to be honest, sometimes you're the only thing that makes this podcast go.
And when we give hypotheticals, it's right now, literally at this moment. You are the.
But you're the best, and you're the reason that we are here. If you're a first listener, thanks for making us your first listen of the day every day. A lot of you out there doing that. That helps us out a bunch. If you like this show, go ahead and share it with a friend. Go ahead and tell somebody about it. If you're into Georgia basketball, we're going to be talking a lot about it this basketball season. Now, there's plenty of football left in front of us, but we're going to be talking a lot about Mike White. So if you're a fan of that, make sure you subscribe to the show. Tell a friend about the show.
And this just in because they're quite good, and we're making the tournament.
We are going to make Clint and I will be broadcasting a live Locked on Bulldogs on location at the site of the first round of the NCAA tournament where Georgia is playing. Take it to the bank. That's happening. Okay.
On this episode, we're going to talk about what we're excited about, what we're nervous about, and what not to sleep on in this game. We're going to give you each of these in succession, talking about the game against Tennessee. Daniel, what are you excited about as you look forward to this game on Saturday?
Home game.
Come on.
At night.
Need you say more?
Big rival, everything on the line. I know it's been a disappointing season. I've been disappointed. You don't have to tell me, okay? But these are the types of games that make college football, guys. Like, these are the types of games that you get into it for. Like, there's everything to lose. And if we're being totally honest, there's everything to gain for this Georgia football team. I had talked myself into earlier in the week, Georgia could still miss the playoff even if they won. I'm now off that ledge. If Georgia wins this game, they are 100% going to make the college football playoff.
Yeah.
And somebody like Ole Miss or Tennessee is going to end up very sad on that selection day, because
Greg Sankey came out today and said, I don't think the committee would punish a 3-loss SEC championship team. That's a bonus game. That's a bonus game from everything else. Greg, hi, we're Georgia. Mm-hmm. We've lived that and are here to tell you they punish you.
They can and will punish you. And so I think everything to gain for Georgia, everything to lose for Georgia in this game. You got a Tennessee team that, stop me if you've heard this before, Clint, is definitely going to play Nico Iamaleava, who's been saying that all week, and yet people just, I don't know. The Bear said that he might not. But come on, friends. He's playing in the game. It's going to be an electric atmosphere. We're going to see what this Georgia team is made of. The road games have been daunting. But if you're Georgia, this is your shot to come out and assert yourself once again on the national stage of college football. That's all you need, Clint, to be excited. If you're looking for a reason to be excited, it's Sanford Stadium at night against Tennessee in the biggest game of the year.
That's what I have the same exact excited for. This is the biggest game of the year. There's not even a close second whatsoever in this game. Or of this year. I know that we had Texas and that was exciting, and a couple other teams. There's Oregon, Ohio State, but this is it because this begins, and we're near Thanksgiving. We got rivalry games coming up. The Egg Bowl is coming up. Like things get really interesting really quick. We are in the biggest marquee matchup of the entire season, and here's why. I'm just gonna let you know. Indiana is ranked above us. Tennessee is ranked above us. Notre Dame is ranked above us. Alabama is ranked above us. Ole Miss is ranked above us. I'm not guaranteeing they all lose another game of the season, but Daniel, there is not a slight percentage, a good percentage. Indiana plays Ohio State. Okay, well,
Yeah.
loss right there.
Yeah. Oh, how about Ohio State's ranked above us and they play Indiana?
Okay, so there too. Look at that. Look at that goes. BYU nearly should have lost to Utah. Utah, a bad Utah team. Notre Dame is lost to Northern Illinois. Okay. Alabama can be the best team or can be one of the worst teams in college football if Milroe decides that he doesn't want to play that game. Ole Miss, the Egg Bowl, things get weird come time. What I'm saying is you win this game, you then have a cupcake, and then you go beat down on little brother Georgia Tech. You coast into the playoff.
SEC championship game still in play.
Still in play. By the way, I can't. I was on the SEC show. All the Georgia fans saying how happy they are that we're out of the SEC championship game. How does it feel now? You don't say things like that, guys. You don't say things like that because here we are, and it doesn't taste good. I'm excited because this game brings everything back into focus. It is singular. All the other crap that's been going on, all the other offensive line, Carson Beck, defense, hit hot and cold. We can be elite. We can give up all the points in the world to Mississippi State and a no-nonsense coach who just wants to go out there and bomb away on us with a backup freshman. Like, none of that matters. It's simplified, Daniel. And I'm not a smart person, okay?
Sure.
I
No one's
like
ever
things
accused you of such.
I like things simple. I just get to watch one game, guys. For all that we have in front of us, just one stinking game. And that's thrilling because it's at night in Athens. All the players are going to play strength on strength. Let's get after it. Would you have it any other way?
Yes, I would rather us be 9-0. With absolutely no pressure. I would absolutely have it another way. But this is also a way that it could be had, and this is the way that we're having it. So would I rather be Auburn or Georgia? That could be the question that you could ask. Would I rather be Florida or Georgia? These are the kinds of questions that you could ask.
You never write your coach who performs badly a blank check to continue bad behavior. You know.
Well,
and by the way, what in the world is Hugh Freeze doing that no one should know about? Because on-field production and on recruiting trail production are polar opposites.
Well, it's a phone number that's not traceable to the holder of the phone. It's called a burner phone, is what they call it. Clint.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's useful in terms of those recruiting visits. He puts it to good use.
He does put it to good use. We're going to come back after this. We're going to tell you what we're nervous about and buckle up. But first, these. Nothing delivers that comfort quite like the unrivaled quality and taste of Omaha Steaks. This year, skip the holiday hustle and bustle and save 50% off gourmet gifts site-wide at omahasteaks.com. Plus, get a $30 reward card when you shop early and score an extra $30 off with promo code COLLEGE. With 5 generations of experience, they consistently deliver the world's best steak experience, and the gift experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to deliver this perfect gift with thoughtfully curated gift packages starting with $89.99. From legendary steaks to mouthwatering desserts and more, save 50% off site-wide at omahasteaks.com. Plus, our listeners right now get an extra $30 off with promo code COLLEGE and a $30 reward card when you shop early. That's 50% off at omahasteaks.com. Extra $30 off with promo code COLLEGE. Minimum purchase may require. Daniel, let's talk about what we're nervous about, and let me lead out in this because
Okay.
as of this recording, we've gotten news late in the week. A nice little news dump on a
Yeah. You
nice
love
little
that.
news dump on a Thursday. Kept it close to the vest all week long that ETN not going to play. That's good because we have a
Yes.
stable of other running backs behind him of veteran leadership guys that we can rely on, Daniel. That's
Well,
what
Roderick Robinson's back there. He's been with us the whole season, and so that's nice.
Oh, no,
Branson
not
Robinson's back there. Yep.
no, not him. No, not him either. Those two haven't suited up and in some time, Daniel. But what about Cash Jones, our fantastic pass pro receiving and gritty determination running back in the backfield? He must be good to go.
I'll tell you what we should just do, Clint. Let's go 5 wide on this thing. Let's spread the old boys out. Let's let Carson Beck stand back there in the pocket and just pick this Tennessee defense apart.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. We've attempted that. Production coming back was abysmal.
Huh.
Guys, we're going to have Frazier, Dwight Phillips in pass protection on downs where we need a completion from Carson Beck, who this just in. Go ahead. Finish that statement.
Against Pierce. So
against Pierce.
Nate Frazier. After Ernest Green gets beaten like a rented mule on the edge.
Mollywopped.
We got a one-on-one.
And these aren't my words. These are the head coach's words. Not my understanding, not my observation, not my notes from practice, but the man who makes every decision said he would be in there more if he knew the pass protection scheme and if he can do so better.
So against the top 5 edge rusher, one-on-one.
Yep.
Sized up in the hole.
Yep.
The words that you're looking for here, Clint, and there are just 3 of them, but it's important you get them in the right order. It's strip, sack, fumble.
Yeah, see what happens first as the ball comes out. Carson Beck goes down. And Tennessee recovers on the 25 going in.
Yeah. That's right. And then Nico comes in because, again, he is playing. And
guys,
here we go.
We're talking.
We have no running loss.
Dylan Bell is going to get run at running back again.
As well he should, because not only is he our best wide receiver, he also might be our best tailback right now.
I can't stress. This news came out, and Dog fans, you're not going to like hearing this. It's the nervous section.
Yeah.
The percentage chance we lose this game just skyrocketed. And you can tell me we got next man up. There is no next man up. There's one guy who's done one fly sweep down at the end zone in one package play that still has less knowledge of the pass protection than the guy who is now thrust into pass protection that's not to be trusted. Like, that's where we're at today.
You will not see Dwight Phillips in pass protection. Like
Dwight Phillips will not. He will be on safety valves.
Cash Jones is getting 50 snaps in this game. Which means, Clint, we're not going to run the ball. Like, we don't have a run game.
At all.
Already, we don't have a run game. Already, we can't run the ball. But you take ETN away, the run game is inevitably going to suffer. The run game suffers. The pass rush picks up. The offensive line struggles. And Carson Beck. And we get on the Carson Beck roller coaster again. And Clint, I'm so sick and tired of riding the ride. I just want to get off
I want to go ride.
I
want to quit the gym.
I don't like it anymore here. It's not a pleasant thought. Can I just say, because it is the nervous section, Clint.
Yeah, it is.
it was supposed to be this like really epic freshman tailback class, wasn't it?
Yeah, no,
Nate Frazier has had moments,
he has.
but I have seen really good freshman running backs before.
Was Nick Chubb ever handicapped and had a safety blanket wrapped around him when he came in? Did he have a governor placed on him?
You can't compare anybody to Nick Chubb.
Okay. Did Sony have any regulator placed on him? Did DeAndre Swift?
See, that's the problem. Is I've seen elite freshman running backs before, and if we had one, he'd be getting a lot of run this year, and he'd be putting up a lot of numbers. I'm not saying that Frazier and Phillips and Bowens and these guys can't continue to develop into something. But I don't think either of us coming into this season could have possibly imagined what this Roderick Robinson injury was going to mean for this Georgia football team this year.
When that was announced, you and I thought, shame for him. Like, he was going to get some run in this offense. He was going to put up some numbers. He was going to get FaceTime, and it was going to be really electric and exciting to see. And we thought, bummer for him. He's going to miss out on the party.
Not bummer for him, Clint. Bummer for us.
But bummer for you, for me, and all of Dog Nation.
What a monumental preseason injury that turned out to be, losing him. Branson obviously wasn't 100% and then re-injures, in the Mississippi State game, and he's not going to be back. And so if Georgia can't run the ball against Tennessee, I don't want to agree with you. I still have a hard time imagining Georgia losing this game, to be honest with you, because it's at home.
The odds skyrocket.
Yeah. But I cannot disagree with you that it is a much greater chance that we lose this game now that Etienne's out, because I have zero confidence. Over under 80 total yards rushing for the team, Clint, in Athens on Saturday.
Under.
Guys, this is where we are with this Georgia football team. It's not great. I will say that. I will say this. I think Georgia wants to run the ball.
Yes, they do.
I think Georgia will have Cash Jones in on every critical pass pro moment, right? Like by
the way, a little banged up Cash Jones. Just so we're fully aware.
But he'll be in there.
He'll be in there, but not 100%.
I'll take Cash Jones with one leg and half an arm over Nate Frazier and Dwight Phillips trying to pass.
Have we thought about Dan Jackson getting him on pass pro back there? Have we thought about? I've seen him lay a block. I've seen him throw a block.
Say less. Travis Hunter, step aside. There's another two-way player in college football. His name Thunder Dan Jackson. Okay.
Put the t-shirts up.
I will say this. We're going to have Cash in on major pass pro situations, right?
Yes. 100%.
So if all Frazier and Phillips have to do is run the ball.
Just run.
I don't hate him to run the ball. I'm overreacting probably when I say Georgia's not going to be able to run the ball. I think it's going to be telegraphed when Georgia's trying to run the ball. They certainly lost. They lost their best rusher.
Yes.
But I mean, those two guys can run the football. Like they will be able to make yards.
Yeah, they're very athletic.
Can they hold on to the football? Can they whatever? But like I'm
preparing my cheeks for the salty tears that will be flowing down them, Daniel. We lose a fumble again. Guys, This game percentage chance has changed. The points have changed. Everything. Yep. There's the trusty bucket. Guys, that ETN news was the gut punch it was the exclamation gut punch of watching us at Ole Miss get dismantled, the offensive line get absolutely manhandled, because you're right, Daniel. When they're in, it's telegraphed run or play action or screen or get them off in the flats or something else.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, our offensive line has been able to, in the past, said, man up, beat the man in front of you and just maul them in road grade. That's what we've been able to do before when Zamir White has been our running back and it's been telegraphed what the play is. We don't have that ability. We had that ability then to get 3.5, 4 yards.
We don't even know what 5 guys are going to run out there and play on the offensive line.
You name the best 5 offensive linemen for Georgia. I'll wait. Oh, I'm sorry. How about the best 3?
Name one. Just name.
How about one? We've gone from 5 starters to 1 competent. Guys, it's nerve-wracking.
It's not good. If you're not nervous about the running situation at Georgia, I don't think you're paying attention. But what else, though? What's a little less obvious? It's a night game in Athens. Georgia's got some key injuries. Those are obvious things. But don't sleep on these coming up right after this.
And these are, in fact, Game Time, gametime.co, Game Time app. Fantastic. We're going to talk about what not to sleep on. The point spread coming down in this game after people come all over on the Tennessee side with late money because of this ETN. Game Time is the place that if you want to see this happen, if you want to see into the action, you want to get into Athens, scream your head off, regardless of what public is saying, because you're a dog fan. Game Time is going to get you into the action right now. You put that slider on over, you're going to see all the fees and everything before you purchase your tickets. You're going to see the view from your seat before you do so, and any flash deals leading up until the very, very, very right before the moment of kickoff. You can get Game Time app. It's a place that Daniel and I go to get tickets, all the trusted spots. Download the Game Time app today. Use the promo code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. That's gametime.co, Game Time app. Get over there, get into the action. Locked On College, $20 off your first purchase. Night game, Athens, playoffs in front of us. Highest. This is the season right here, boiled down. Let me simply give it to you. This is for all the marbles of our season, of what we want to accomplish to get into the playoffs and go from there. Because of that, Daniel, what's some things that people aren't realizing they should probably take more, they should look harder at, because they shouldn't be sleeping on this?
Okay. Here's the first one.
Okay.
Nico's not all that good. Don't sleep on that. Nico isn't all that good. Nor has he ever been. He's pretty good and puts up numbers against Cupcake City. And he's playing better as we've gone through SEC play. But this is the same quarterback that barely beat Florida at home. This is the same quarterback that struggled, has thrown some interceptions, has looked a little bit confused, has looked a little bit rattled. I think Georgia's going to have multiple interceptions in this game. And I think there's a reasonable chance Georgia has a defensive score in this game. I think these are the kinds of plays that are going to tilt the stadium in Georgia's favor and be the reason that all the things that we said in the last segment might be true. But Georgia could still end up rolling in this game because the atmosphere, the noise. I know it's late in the season, and it's not like it's Nico's first road game, but we mentioned it. 4 straight home night games in a row, Clint. Meanwhile, Georgia's been traveling all over God's creation, playing ranked teams on the road. 4 straight home night games. It's a different animal here. And there is no environment that this kid has been in that is even going to remotely compare to Saturday night. All the big games for Tennessee so far this year have been at home. And so this is going to be a completely different animal. I think it's going to rattle him because the expectations placed on Nico were completely and totally unfair by the Tennessee fan base, who is so desperate to be relevant that they tried to anoint this kid the next Peyton Manning before he had ever thrown a pass in a real game. And no, the Cheez-Its Bowl is not a real game. So it's not his fault.
It's a bowl, though.
It's not beating Iowa doesn't count.
No, I'm saying
or
the Cheez-Its can go into a
ever.
bowl.
You're right.
Can go into
it is a legitimate bowl.
Yes.
It is a bowl that the Locked On Bulldogs podcast does approve of.
Correct.
I think turnovers. I think it's not just going to be Carson Beck throwing the interceptions on Saturday night, Clint.
No.
It will be Carson Beck throwing the interceptions. He will throw some interceptions.
That was last segment. Daniel, last segment's over. We're here. Don't sleep on. No one is.
I promise you, no one's sleeping on that.
No one is saying to themselves, wait, Carson Beck threw an interception. I did not see that coming. This is brand new information to me. Okay. Don't sleep on seeing more talented freshman defenders hit the field for Georgia. Guys, I know Cole did not look good last game against Ole Miss, but I asked you, who did? No one.
Nary a soul.
Do you not think that with a running attack, with a very talented running back, Nico, banged up or not, Tennessee trying to get him on the move more, trying to run around, do you not think that we need a racer, athletic, not guys who are heady and sure tackle? That's one thing. But Justin Williams and Cole in this game, Daniel, I think get run together more. Sure. Because again, we saw this at Texas. We saw stunts. We saw stems, and we saw blitzing linebackers. It's really easy as a running back in the SEC to say off tackle right, find a hole, zone right, go find a hole, search daylight, and go. It's really easy as a linebacker not to say don't process how to cover the seam, how to carry the seam and hand them off to KJ back there as you have underneath coming back over. Don't worry about that. How about you take the A gap and you blow it up? Hey, Justin. Hey, just go wreak havoc, young man, which he can do. Don't sleep on our defense didn't show out, and Tennessee's a good offense, a good running offense. To your point, Nico's not that great. That's why I think actually we don't have to fear a Jackson Dart or a Ewers type situation. The talent level of the expansiveness of the coverage in the backfield, we're going to man up a ton.
Yeah,
our DBs, you have to man up a ton. Our DBs, I actually think, have a big bounce back game. I do anticipate a couple of interceptions. I do anticipate a couple of huge plays. I expect Malachi to play a little star in this game as well. Getting closer up in the line, playing
a lot of it.
I anticipate it. Don't sleep on freshmen showing out in this game because athleticism is going to win against this Tennessee offense when we're manned up and we just say, this is a beat the man in front of you. And on offense, I have some reservations about that. On defense, I don't. That's when we play our best. When we're not thinking and our talent rises up, we play really well. Now,
Georgia fans,
ask some coverage over the middle of crossers.
Pass. I'll pass.
Georgia fans,
it's week 12, 10th game of the season. This is it, Georgia fans. And on Saturday night, Clint and I will be back as always, overreacting to this game. We are either going to be in a really good mood, or we are going to be signing off one last time on the Locked On Bulldogs podcast. Those are the only two options.
Only got two options, guys.
Yeah. Either way, we will see you then on Saturday night. You guys have a good one until then, and we'll talk to you later.
See you.